Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. It's the Empress, and in today's video, we are doing a beautiful pick a card reading where we are looking at what you can expect for Taurus season. So let's touch a little bit on Taurus season, the energy of Taurus season, and some kind of major astrological influences that we will experience through this season, and then we'll get into the card selection. So starting off, Taurus season is from April 19th to May 20th. It is an earth sign. It is the second house of the zodiac, the house of wealth, the house of value, if you will. So Taurus energy can be quite stubborn, can be slow moving, and very much kind of connects or relates to our senses, our sensuality, our physical reality, our finances, and things like that, our ability to feel content, our ability to kind of relish in our senses as well, and like having pleasure in our senses. So that's a little bit about the energy of Taurus, what Taurus kind of represents. It is represented by the bull. So again, it can be quite stubborn. It can be kind of resistant to change, if you will, as well. But there is kind of this energy of things slowing down coming into Taurus season as we move out of the fiery, fast-paced energy of Aries. We kind of move into a slower paced energy. But let's go ahead and touch a little bit on some of the astrological events, the astrological shifts that are going to be occurring through this season. So go ahead, feel free to grab a notebook if you feel called to do so. Grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, pull up a chair. So starting off here, as I said, April 19th through May 20th is the dates for Taurus season, and April 29th, we have Pluto moving retrograde, which is going to, I feel, heavily kind of influence these eclipses that we're going to have in this season as well, due to the fact that these eclipses are on the Taurus-Scorpio axis. So with Pluto being the ruling planet of Scorpio, I feel like that's very majorly going to impact the energy of this season. Pluto going retrograde is going to bring forth a lot of change, a lot of transformation, break down a lot of barriers, a lot of blockages, a lot of walls, show us a lot of our fears, show us a lot of our deep kind of dark desires that maybe we've resisted or pushed away, maybe bring back up some things that we've left behind previously. We also have the new moon solar eclipse on April 30th, so the day directly following Pluto stationing retrograde. We have the new moon partial solar eclipse occurring. We also have Beltane or May Day on May 1st, so we have very kind of consecutive energy shifts. It's going to be like dominoes, I feel, through this season. We also have Venus entering Aries May 2nd, and Mercury stationing retrograde May 10th, and Jupiter entering Aries on May 10th, along with the Mercury stationing retrograde. And Mercury will be retrograde from May 10th to June 3rd. So there's a lot of change trying to come in through this season. And then we also have the flower moon or the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio on May 16th. So I just wanted to kind of touch on those energies to let you guys know like the major astrological components to this season, in case you needed to kind of compare it to your own birth chart, or in order to kind of, get familiar with certain planetary energies or seasonal energies, anything like that. But let's go ahead here, and out in front of us we have 4 different cards to choose from. I shuffled these cards out asking what we can expect for Taurus season, and I'm using these cards in particular because Taurus very much so reminds me of like Mother Gaia. Like that energy of Mother Gaia, of the earth energy, of nature, of animals and things like that. So that's why I chose these cards. So go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths, really ground yourself, connect to the present moment, connect to the Taurus energy, and ask what you can expect through Taurus season and out in front of you. We have card number 1 with the turkey spirit, card number 2 with the white raven, card number 3 with the wolf spirit, and card number 4 with the flamingo spirit. I am going to ask you to choose with your third eye, not your physical eye, so don't choose based upon which one you like the look of more, or you know, what your favorite animal is. I mean, unless you really feel called to, or some of you guys may feel called to more than one pile, so just make sure that you're incorporating your intuition in the choosing of this pile. And you can find the links to all of the cards that I'll be using here today in the description box below. For anybody who feels called to any of the decks that I use here, you can also find the timestamps to the beginning of each specific reading in the description box below. All of that information, as well as how to enter the monthly free tarot reading giveaway. And the next giveaway will be held on May 16th with the full moon lunar eclipse. So with all of that being said, go ahead and pause the video if you still need a moment, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to card number 1. Hello, my beautiful group number 1. Those of you that chose the turkey spirit with the raw fluorite, this reading is for you. And coming into your reading here, I'm getting a strong kind of empathic or even kind of spiritualistic communication kind of vibe. So I do feel for you guys that either coming into Taurus season or whenever it is that you watch this video, there is somebody that you may be kind of empathically communicating with or telepathically communicating with. Which is quite interesting, or even maybe like just being all up in your feels about somebody, whether good or bad. You know, some of you may be feeling quite hurt or resentful towards somebody, or really kind of reliving or experiencing past experiences with a specific person, and some of you may be feeling very grateful, very loving towards particular people, or wanting them to be kind of in your space. But you know, allow that to resonate in whatever way it does for you, as that's going to be different for everybody here. So here with the turkey spirit for you guys, we have give with gratitude and grace. And a big message that I'm picking up with this for you guys here is that during Taurus season, forgiveness may be kind of a theme for you, or working towards forgiving. Or some of you guys, I was even kind of picking up on this message that you may have to like break bread with somebody that you never thought you'd be in the same space with again, whether it's because things ended badly or you left on bad terms, or whatever it was for you. There's just something here about maybe having to give to somebody that you never thought you'd give to again. And this could be forgiveness, or with this being Taurus season, this could be resources. This could be financially helping somebody. This could be, you know, offering food or sustenance or resources to somebody that maybe you thought was never going to be in your life again. Interesting. So let's go ahead here, my beautiful group number 1, and get another card here to show us a little bit more of this overall kind of energy of Taurus season and what you can expect for group number 1. We have the 7 of Fire coming out here. So this is a kind of hesitant energy coming out here. Hesitancy, feeling unsure, feeling... some of you guys may have really felt very burned by this person. I'm really picking up, like I said, this could go either way depending on your situation and how this resonates, but the stronger energy that's here is really an energy of somebody that maybe burned you, somebody that did you dirty, somebody that betrayed you, somebody that really makes you hesitant on allowing them into your space. Somebody may have, you know, really kind of tricked you, or... Some of you guys, this could be somebody that you kind of already knew wasn't somebody you could trust, or already knew that it was somebody that was going to hurt you or burn you in some way, shape, or form, but you didn't trust your own intuition and went ahead with giving anyways in the past. And you may be kind of hesitant this time around when it comes back into your life because of the way you didn't trust yourself last time, and maybe that left you unprotected. So there is a message here to still, give with gratitude and grace. That is the turkey spirit energy, to still give, but maybe protect yourself, group number one, and make sure that you have like boundaries set in place. Make sure that you don't allow people to take more than what you're willing to give, okay? That's kind of the message coming in here for you, is not to allow people to continue taking, but to give them what you have to offer, to give them what you can, but not to overgive. So protect yourself, group number one. Interesting. This is a very interesting energy coming in here. I do feel for you guys that this season is going to be surrounding certain connections and relationships that maybe you've already noticed. You kind of have an empathic connection or telepathic connection with people that maybe you don't necessarily want to have that connection with. But it's like you feel them, you can hear their needs, you know what they want, you know their intentions, kind of energy. Interesting. So let's get some astrological energy for you guys, and the main astrological influence for you through Taurus season for group number one. And we have Capricorn, determined, ambitious, and integrity. So, okay, group number one, I feel like you guys may be dealing with a kind of karmic cycle or even a karmic relationship through Taurus season, but also like this, for some of you guys, like this forgiveness is coming in here, like this need to focus on forgiveness or to focus on releasing certain things in order to move forward. Because I see here, especially those of you that resonate with like being empathically or telepathically connected to somebody, I feel like that connection is based out of whatever it is that you're holding on to, maybe a past experience or the way things happened in the previous cycle. Maybe you're holding on to something about that, or onto an emotion that you have towards this person, whether it's love or resentment or whatever it is, whichever side of the scale that falls on. It's like you're holding on to something that is keeping you connected to somebody, group number one. And through Taurus season and these eclipses and the Scorpio energy coming in, there's a lot of transformation in this connection and in your karmic energy. So this could be, this forgiveness coming in to allow you to release this connection. This could be like a transformation in this cycle or connection as well. I don't feel like for all of you guys here that it's going to be about releasing something for good, or letting go of something, or letting something leave out of your life for like in a very final way. Some of you guys, it definitely can be like closure coming in here, closure of karmic cycles, of karmic relationships for sure. But there is a releasing of restrictions. You guys are going to be letting go of whatever it is that you are restricted by as you give with gratitude and grace. So just know, you guys, if you're having a hard time through Taurus season, the more you give, the more free you're going to feel. Some of you guys may even need to like give away extra clothes, or donate, or clear out your energetic space or your home, things like that, like really clearing all of your energy within and without. Wow. Yeah, so really that's the energy that I'm feeling. I guess if I had to sum it all up in one word here for group number one, this is about closure that maybe you've been resistant to, or that maybe you thought you would never, have. So let's go ahead here, group number one, and get you some tarot and go a little deeper into what you can expect for Taurus season, group number one. We have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, see, there's that emotional body coming in here. The flow of emotions, giving emotions, allowing your emotions to move instead of holding on to them out of fear of letting go of somebody or something. So that's going to be a big focal point for you guys through this season, is that emotional energy, a lot of transformation in the emotional body with the Scorpio eclipses coming into play here and Pluto going retrograde. There's going to be a lot of emotional transformation for you guys, emotional connections. This could even activate or initiate different new or kind of expand existing empathic energies for group number 1 through this time. Then we have the Knight of Wands coming out here. Yeah, so there's freedom. There's some sort of freedom coming in here with this closure and with this movement of your emotional body. Some of you guys may even go through kind of a purging period where maybe you feel the need to cry, or maybe even get angry, or like emotions are kind of overflowing out of you throughout this season or throughout certain points in this season, depending on how these different energies affect you. But there's a need for you to know, group number 1, that as these emotions kind of pour out of you and as you kind of let go of this resistance to closure or to forgiveness, you are going to receive freedom, like spiritual freedom. Wow. And then we have the Magician. Yeah, so there's definitely enhancements in empathic energies, telepathic energies happening here for you guys for sure. And with the Magician, this is also telling me that with this freedom, you are also kind of regaining a part of your power. There's a part of your power coming back to you that's going to allow you to kind of create something new. With all of the space that you create through this season by releasing and purging, you're going to be left with almost like this void of space that you are going to be filling with something very magical, with new cycles, with new energy, with new foundations, new relationships for some of you guys, new love for some of you guys. Wow. So group number 1, it may seem kind of heavy as you go through this experience, as you release, as you purge, as you forgive, or try to find that forgiveness, or tap into those empathic or telepathic messages. For some of you guys, you're really going to go very deep into these empathic or telepathic messages. It's going to be very intense, I feel, for you guys, very intense. But just know that all of these things that are happening are bringing you closure of some karmic energy, some karmic cycles, and some karmic relationships for some of you. And with those closures, you are going to be able to create something so much better. So you have some sort of manifestation coming into your awareness, your reality through Taurus season as well. I do feel that it's going to be coming in towards the end of Taurus season. So this could be like the full moon lunar eclipse, something being revealed to you here. So May 16th may be a very kind of significant day for you, where maybe you receive some sort of news or some sort of confirmation or validation, or even a physical manifestation coming into your reality. Wow. So let's go ahead here and clarify these a little bit for group number 1. Why is this Queen of Cups here for group number 1, Taurus season? We have the Hanged Man. Yeah, see, all of the emotions that you've been holding on to, or that you've been holding back from releasing in some way, shape, or form, whether this is a conversation that needs to be had, whether this is, kind of holding back your tongue or holding back your emotions out of fear of rejection, or out of fear of loss, or out of fear of closure, out of this fear of this kind of like reality of a final ending coming in here. That's really going to be a big focal point for you guys through this season, is releasing any stagnant emotional energies in order to bring in a new perspective of certain cycles in your life. Wow, so group number 1, this is going to be quite intense for you. And then we have the Queen of Wands coming out on top of the Knight of Wands. I love that. There's going to be a lot of inspiration coming in for you, a lot of spiritual kind of, it could be signs, synchronicities, but there's this energy of like spiritual downloads, spiritual inspiration, a lot of divine inspiration coming in for you as you free yourself from these emotions that have been stuck or stagnant. So there is a message here to follow your inspiration, to follow what ignites you, what lights you up, what makes you feel free. So follow your freedom, group number 1. Follow your freedom through Taurus season. Follow the things that motivate you, the things that make you want to move, the things that make you want to create. And then we also have the King of Cups coming out on the Magician. You guys are definitely bringing back a part of your power that has been elsewhere. And there's also like the sense of self-control, being able to control your energy in such a powerful way by the end of Taurus season. That's really going to allow you to bring in some major manifestations, not allowing external influences or past experiences to control your actions now. You guys are being freed from your past in some way, shape, or form through this season. Wow, I love that. And it's going to bring in a lot of clarity, a lot of kind of truth, a lot of things being revealed to you, not only about yourself, but about how your environment or certain connections have kind of controlled you, either by making you hold yourself back or by making you take certain actions. I hope that makes sense for you. So let's go ahead and pull you a couple of oracle messages, group number 1. We have the Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic. How perfect is that with this Magician right here as well? Group number 1, you guys are coming into your power through this season, especially in regards to like your ability to set like intentions. I feel some of you guys may be healing from certain narcissism or narcissistic experiences that you've had through this season as well. That is something that's coming in here, but I really feel for you guys that you are coming into this sense of power where you are able to control your emotions and therefore really set intentions in a very powerful way. So you guys are coming into almost like complete and total control over your emotional body through Taurus season, and you're going to learn how to use your emotional body to set intentions for things that you want instead of maybe things that you're scared of or things that, you know, make you feel pain or anything like that. Wow. So definitely, there's definitely some sort of power coming back to you in regards to your emotional body, as well as a manifestation coming in for you guys, closure coming in for you guys. We have gathering around the power of community. Yeah, I really feel for you guys that this definitely has something or everything to do for some of you guys to do with relationships with people that are closest to you, people that have been around for a long time, even if it's people that did you wrong or that you've been separated from. It's like people that you've known for your entire life or since childhood, or maybe even this could have to do with like parental figures in your life. But there's something here about taking your power back from like the community, from people around you that you have given power to over you. Wow. And then our next card, look at this, closing door, completion. There's closure, group number 1, closure coming in through Taurus season in some way, shape, or form in regards to past experiences and past relationships. Wow. So let's go ahead and pull you one final message, group number 1, one final message from Spirit about Taurus season. Any last guidance or advice or anything I may have missed for group number 1. And here we have, to the Greenwood, seek comfort, and acceptance. Be kind to yourself. So I feel like group number one, this has a lot to do with finding a safe space for you to be at, or finding like supportive people in your community to go through this process with, because like I said before, I do feel like it's going to be quite intense. Like there's a very intense emotional aspect to Taurus season for you guys, in order to bring forth this closure, this completion, and these manifestations. So make sure that you have like maybe setting up like a sacred space, or finding like a comfort zone that you can kind of retreat to through this season. I feel would be very beneficial for you. But this is what I'm seeing for my beautiful group number one. If you enjoyed this reading, if it brought you value, if it resonated with you, please hit that like button, comment down below, let me know if you chose this pile, let me know how it resonated, let me know what other kinds of readings you guys would like to see. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number two. Those of you that chose the white raven with the Shiva Lingam stone, this reading is for you. And group number two, the initial energies that I'm getting for you for Taurus season is an energy of fertility, of expansion, of growth, of opening up to some sort of new beginning, or to some sort of new path, or a new path opening up to you. But there's also this energy of really needing to take a risk through this season. So I feel for group number two that during Taurus season, there is going to be some sort of opportunity to take a risk that may really frighten you. But there's like this need to trust. With the white raven spirit here, we have trust in the magic. So there is like a very spiritual essence to your Taurus season coming in here. For group number two, I feel like, I don't know, some of you guys may have heard of her, some may not. Maybe looking into the goddess Branwen, I feel may bring you guys some sort of information or knowledge or message. For those of you that already know who that is, I feel like that's an even stronger message. But she is like a Celtic goddess. And there's just something here about like your dreams, your spirituality, maybe visions, or even kind of prophecy, trusting where you're being led to go. So very, very powerful spiritual energy coming in for group number two. Through Taurus season. Taurus season is going to be a very spiritual based season. It's going to require a lot of trust, a lot of trust. Some of you guys may even be like healing certain trust issues that you have, or dealing with certain trust issues that you have, or even recognizing them and how maybe they're holding you back from growing. But there's definitely like an energy of starting a new path or a new project, or like birthing something into the physical reality, or like this energy of fertility. Wow, so let's go ahead and pull another card here to get a little bit more information about the overall kind of energy or theme of Taurus season for group number two. We have the King of Air. Yeah, see, group number two, there's something here about having to make some sort of decision through this season. So you guys are definitely going to have some decisions to make through this season, but the King of Air, this is also like knowledge and wisdom and the ability to detach from your emotional body in order to make a decision. So group number two, I feel like there's something here about having to separate yourself from your fear in order to move forward in some way, shape, or forms. For some of you guys, this is about letting go of your own emotional bias in order to judge something fairly, or to make a fair decision in some way, shape, or form. For some of you guys, there is some like court cases or lawsuit, even maybe divorce kind of energy coming in that maybe you've been really worried about. And I do see, for those of you that resonate with any kind of court cases or anything like that, I do see it ending in your favor. But there's a need to trust in the process, in the court process, in the process of of learning new things as well, for those of you who maybe don't resonate with like the court cases and things like that, because that message isn't for everybody. But there is this underlying message here for group number 2 about trusting the process of learning new things, trusting the process of you know, starting new projects, like starting from scratch. A lot of you guys may be very intimidated to start some sort of new project, or to go further anyways in some sort of project. Like really, there's something holding you back from taking the next step in some area of your life, whether it be fear or intimidation, or like this inability to make the right decision because of your own emotional bias or because of certain limiting beliefs. I feel like that's going to be a huge focus for you guys through Taurus season, is really learning how to take that next step, and to trust that, you know, the ground will catch you, to trust that everything will work out the way that it's meant to. So letting go of control, group number 2, is going to be a big kind of message, a big theme for you through this season, is learning how to let go of trying to control the outcome, or learning how to let go of trying to be right for some of you guys. Let's go ahead and pull an astrological energy to see what kind of astrological influences are going to be impacting you the most through this season for group number 2. We have Pisces. Yeah, it's very spiritual. There's a very spiritual essence to this season for you guys. We have imagination, empathic, and adaptable. Pisces is a water sign. It is the 12th house. So really, I feel group number 2, there's something here about through Taurus season, like really needing to trust the spiritual guidance that you're receiving, really needing to trust what is being downloaded. Some of you guys may really be receiving a lot of messages, a lot of downloads, like channeling information, or even like visions, or some sort of like prophetic energy. And like there's this emphasis here for group number 2 to really trust your imagination, to trust the visions that you're having, to trust the messages that you're receiving, and then to act on them. Because I feel group number 2 that a big part of this blockage that I'm picking up on here has everything to do with your inability to trust the intuition, or to trust the subconscious, or to trust the messages you're receiving in dreams. There's something here where you're resisting those things out of fear of being wrong. So some of you guys may even you know, read your own cards, or have certain spiritual practices that may have become quite stagnant because there's this inability to trust the messages that you're receiving right now. There's like a blockage in trusting the messages that you're receiving out of fear of them being wrong, or out of fear of you being wrong, or even out of fear of judgment with the King of Air here. Some of you guys may also really be struggling with being around certain people in your life out of this idea that maybe they don't accept you for who you are, or maybe they don't accept you because of what you believe in versus what they believe in. And that may really cause you to be holding back your spiritual essence as well. So there's something here about like having, feeling like you have to hold back your spirituality, or hold back your belief system. So group number 2, there is kind of an umbrella message here to step deeper into your authenticity through Taurus season. And that's really going to help you connect to this ability to trust the messages you're being given. Wow. Okay. So let's go ahead and get you some tarot, group number 2, and go a little deeper into what you can expect for Taurus season, group number 2. So we have the 5 of Swords. Yeah, so there is a lot of like limiting beliefs, a lot of mental conflict, I feel, for you, a lot of overthinking, a lot of fighting with yourself, a lot of feeling like you have to hide who you are, a lot of feeling like you have to resist doing certain things out of fear of other people judging you, or this idea that you have to resist your own spiritual downloads. Or a lot of you guys, I really feel you guys are really kind of, I don't want to say ignoring, because I feel like you guys know they're there. I feel like you've acknowledged that you're receiving information, but you're leaving it there. You're not acting on it. You're not acknowledging that you're being asked to do something, or you're just not doing what you're being asked to do, and it's causing like major kind of disruption in your life, but also in your truth, in your authenticity, and in your ability to trust. There is a huge emphasis on broken trust here, group number 2. So you guys may also be dealing, like I said, some of you guys, this could be like divorce, or like some of you guys may be ending certain relationships or having to like separate your emotions from certain decisions because maybe there's already been some sort of betrayal or some sort of misuse of trust in certain situations that you have to like be able to separate from, because you already have like this bias in regards to certain trust issues, or in regards to being able to trust certain people or certain situations. So group number 2, Taurus season, is really going to be, I feel, about trust for you. Learning how to trust yourself, learning how to see the truth, learning how to gain clarity by taking action, learning how to decipher the messages that you're receiving in your dreams and from spirit, and trusting that is what it is. Breaking free from certain limiting beliefs. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles. So I do feel for you guys that there's like something here where for some of you guys, maybe this is like work related, where you feel like you can't be your true authentic self in your place of employment or with certain coworkers or business partners. Maybe you guys have kind of opposing belief systems, or there's somebody in your life that you have opposing belief systems that I feel like you're being asked to work with in some way, shape, or form in your life through Taurus season. And it's going to be very difficult for you, because initially you're going to feel like you have to hold yourself back. When I feel like this is happening for you, group number 2, in order to put you in certain situations to be yourself 100% of the time, even though it may be uncomfortable, or you may feel like this fear of judgment, this fear of backlash, this fear of rejection for some. But I really feel for you guys that through Taurus season, like I feel like you guys are going to be put in uncomfortable situations where you're going to almost be required or be asked by spirit to kind of express your spirituality, or even some of you guys may be collaborating with certain other people that may be very spiritual beings or have the same belief systems as you, but maybe you're being asked to do like to share your spiritual practices with each other, and maybe there's like this fear of feeling like you're doing them wrong, or this fear of being judged for how you practice certain things, or this fear that your intuition is wrong. Some of you guys, if you do read cards or do any kind of divination or anything like that, maybe you are kind of taking on a client or having somebody offer you some sort of energy, money, resources, whatever it is, in order to get a reading done. And there's like this anxiety around, what if I'm wrong, or what if, you know, what if I don't do this right, or what if they don't accept the way that I do this? Like that kind of energy coming in here so strong for group number 2. Wow. And then we have the Fool, and there's that new beginning and that leap of faith, that trust fall, group number 2. Trust fall. There is this need to know that if you take the leap, like the universe will catch you. A lot of you guys here, this has everything to do with trusting in your ability, trusting in your magic, trusting in what you desire to do. Some of you guys are trying to build a business. Some of you guys are maybe wanting to practice like divination, or doing readings or energy healings, or some sort of spiritual kind of service for other people, but there's a fear of jumping into that out of this fear of being wrong, or this fear of rejection, or whatever that kind of underlying fear is for you. But whatever it is for you through this season, however this is resonating, there's a need to take the leap of faith here, a need for the trust fall in such a big way, especially with this Shiva Lingam stone here, trusting the universe, trusting in the magic, trusting that everything is going to be put in the place that it's meant to be, trusting that the resources and the energy and the time is going to fall into place as you need them, instead of not allowing yourself to take any steps because nothing is lined up yet. Wow. So let's pull some clarifiers here for these cards, and group number 2, then we'll pull some oracles. So our first one out, we have the Four of Cups on the Five of Swords. So I feel like you guys really already have this sense of boredom, or this idea that where you're at is safe, even though it may not be as exciting or as satisfying as what you would have hoped for your life. There is a sense of security in the boredom or in the dissatisfaction. So there's like this mental battle I feel for you right now, where you're like, well, do I stay where I am because it's safe and it's comfortable and I have what I actually need? Or do I take this leap of faith and, you know, move towards something that would be more satisfying for me, even though there's a fear of failure or a fear of falling? Wow, so there's going to be a lot of like mental contemplation, a lot of like mental chatter almost, I feel, for you through Taurus season. So there is like this need to understand that you are not your thoughts, but the awareness of them. So if you find yourself getting caught up or stuck in any sort of limiting beliefs or any kind of repeating thought patterns or anything like that, try to zoom out a little bit. Group number 2, try to zoom out and become aware of your thoughts, but not allow them to control you, or not allow them to control your emotions, or your decisions, or the actions that you take. Wow. So group number 2, becoming very aware of the mental body through Taurus season as well. Very aware of the mental body. A lot of you guys, I really feel, are channelers in some way, shape, or form, or like divination. A lot of you guys may be having like activations in the crown chakra or the third eye chakra through this time as well. And then we have the Queen of Cups coming out here on the Three of Pentacles. So a lot of you guys, I really feel a lot of you guys are very good at energy sensing, very good at sensing other people's emotions, other people's energy. I feel like you're very good at that. And some of you guys are going to be coming into an opportunity through Taurus season to dive into that and to really, you know, offer that service. Or maybe this is energy healing. Some of you guys may be getting your own energy healing session done through Taurus season as well, which may be kind of like an activator for you moving forward. So if you feel called to getting any spiritual service or healing service done, like spiritual healing service done through Taurus season, allow yourself to indulge in that. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't tell yourself that you don't have enough, or that you don't deserve it, or that you aren't worthy, because Taurus season is all about being worthy, and it's all about our self-worth and our resources and where we put our time and energy. And some of you guys through Taurus season are really being asked to invest into your own spiritual practices through this season in order to enhance them and to be activated into a new path, a new lifestyle, a new belief system in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, okay. So the next cards, both of these cards want to come out. So we have the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Cups. And it's like a lot of you guys may be feeling very overwhelmed through this season by maybe even feeling kind of bombarded by all of the messages that you're receiving, or all of the impressions that you're picking up on, or maybe because you get your energy healing session, or maybe you get your own cards read, there's some sort of activation that's going to open the door to allowing all of these kind of channeled messages, or like messages from the universe. It's almost like there's going to be a flood of them as you move through this activation, group number 2, so that's something to be aware of. And then we also have the Seven of Cups here, and this is kind of verifying that you guys are going to be feeling very confused about where to put your time and your energy. You're going to be feeling like there are a lot of options, but feeling like you can't make a decision. And I feel like for Taurus season, for you, this is all about choosing what is the most authentic version of yourself, choosing what is in your heart and in your belief systems and in what you want to move for, and not just settling. So group number 2, there is a big message here about not settling just because it may seem more comfortable or it may seem safer. So I feel like that's going to be like a big challenge for you through this season, is choosing not to settle. Wow, okay. So let's pull you a couple of oracle messages, group number 2, and go a little deeper, get some more messages for you. Group number 2. So our first, okay, let me move these over just a tad. Our first card out here is in the hand, and this here says the universe is your partner. Group number 2, the universe is your partner. What was I saying? There's so much spiritual kind of messages and assistance coming in here for you through this season. Like, trust that the universe will catch you. Okay? Take those leaps of faith. Trust in the magic. Group number 2. Wow. And then we also have Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. Yes, don't settle. Again, there's something here about having to make a decision, choosing your path, choosing where you want to go, choosing to settle or not to settle. Wow, group number 2. So big emphasis on the decisions that you make and how you move forward in that aspect of your life through Taurus season. We also have repairing the veil with forgiveness. So a lot of you guys, I feel, are really going through a lot of transformation through Taurus season with the eclipses and things like that. And it's going to allow you to, like, a lot of you guys may be like reinitiated into a belief system or into a lifestyle or into some sort of path that you had left behind out of some sort of failure or some sort of pain. So there's some sort of like closure coming in some area of your life that's going to allow you, it's almost like going to allow you to revisit it. Or you may be called to revisit it in order to step into this forgiveness, in order to move on to like the next phase of life. But either way, group number 2, there's a huge message here of like moving on to the next phase of life, not staying stagnant out of this idea that this is good enough or that, this is safe or not settling. There's a big message here of not settling. Let's go ahead and pull you one final message. Group number 2, one final message in regards to Aries season. Any last guidance or advice or anything I may have missed for group number 2? We have the Soothsayer. Travel the road seldom taken. How perfect is that? You guys are being asked to go down a new road, a new path, to choose the version of yourself that is the most authentic to you, instead of choosing a path that's safe, or instead of holding yourself back around other people out of this need for them to accept you or to not judge you, or whatever that is. But this is what I'm seeing for my beautiful group number 2. I truly hope that this resonated for you. If it did, please hit that like button. Comment down below. Let me know if you chose this pile. Let me know what other kinds of readings you guys would like to see. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 3. Those of you that chose card number 3 with the wolf spirit and the angelite stone, this reading is for you. And a big kind of energy coming in here with this. This here says turn knowledge into wisdom for the wolf spirit. A big energy coming in with this group number 3 is kind of like the energy of how wolves hunt or how they travel in their packs. There's something here about like circling and learning how certain things play out, or like learning the routine of something here before you act on it. So group number 3, I feel like for you, for Taurus season, there's something here about learning how certain things work in a particular community or within a family. Some of you guys may be meeting new people through this time, and there's just something here about like evaluating behavior or routine or like structure in some way, shape, or form. Interesting. So let's go ahead here and pull another card for group number 3 and get a little bit more energy about the overall theme of Taurus season for you. There's also an emphasis on the fact that like wolves travel in packs, or like if you call in one wolf, you invite the pack, like that kind of energy coming in here. So I do feel for group number 3 that there is like this support system that is coming into play here, whether this is a new kind of support system that you're meeting or one that is coming together for you through Taurus season. Either way, there is this kind of energy of support coming in here. And then we also have, wow, we have the self coming in. Wow. Okay. So self-awareness, really becoming aware of, I feel like, your own routines, your own habits through Taurus season, as well as this energy on self-image. A lot of you guys that chose this pile may really struggle with the way other people view you. You may change yourself, your appearance, your thoughts, your actions, your routine according to whom or what is going to be interacting with you that day or around you that day. So that is something coming in here quite strongly for you guys, is like this energy of changing who you are in order to please or appease those people around you. Wow. And self-image coming in quite strongly. So you guys may have a lot of like self-conscious beliefs. You may really struggle with like self-esteem or confidence as well. And it's like that is being highlighted through this season. You are being communicated to about that as well with this angelite stone. I feel for group number 3, you're going to be receiving a lot of messages from like higher vibrational either people or spirits or maybe like angels or your guides, especially with these doves here. Like there's an emphasis on higher vibration. So you guys may be raising your vibration through this season as well, but there's definitely communication and messages being received from a higher vibration. And this could come through from things that other people say to you. This could come through like, any kind of counselor or therapy that some of you guys may be going to see. So it doesn't have to just be like during meditation or anything like that. Group number 3, I feel for you guys, there's a need to really be aware of the messages that you're receiving from the people around you and the things that people say and how it may trigger you or how it may make you think about certain things in a different way. But there is definitely a higher vibration or a raising of vibration coming in here for group number 3. Some of you guys may really be connecting to your higher self through this season as well, especially with the Scorpio energy that's coming into play through this season. A lot of like spiritual transformation. So you maybe the support system that's coming in is like connecting to your guides for the first time, or to your higher self, or really getting acquainted with that energy within yourself. Group number 3. Wow. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull a card, an astrological kind of influence. What kind of astrological energy is going to be impacting you the most through Taurus season for group number 3? We have Gemini. Yeah, okay. And this here says versatile, social, and curious. So again, there's an emphasis on like the social aspect coming in here in such a strong way, and communication and messages coming in and the way you present yourself to other people. With this Gemini energy and like this energy of the twins, I'm really getting like this essence of like wearing different masks in front of different people, showing one side of yourself to certain people and another side of yourself to other people, or changing who you are or the way you project yourself in certain interactions. That is a strong energy here for group number 3. So that's going to be something that's really highlighted for you through this season. Mercury retrograde may very much impact the way that you communicate to others, the way that you communicate to your guides, the way that you communicate with yourself. So group number 3, another big message coming in here is to become aware of any self-talk that you may have, or like the things that maybe you say about yourself, like, well, I suck at life, or I'm no good at that, or I can't do that, or those things that kind of just come out of our mouth about ourselves, where we always put ourselves down. The thoughts that we have about ourselves, or about our self-image, or about the way we look, or maybe you're worrying about the way other people are looking at you. or what they may think about your self-image or your body or whatever it is for you. There's just a huge highlight on self-talk and the communication with yourself, with your guides, with your support team, and how you alter yourself to be what you think other people need you to be, or to be like something else in other people's eyes. Interesting. So let's go ahead here at group number 3 and get into some tarot for you and go a little deeper into these messages and what you can expect for Taurus season. So we have the Emperor coming out here. So lead, don't follow. So leader of the pack energy coming in here. Maybe you guys have been seeking like a group that you fit into, when in reality what you need to do is lead a group. I feel like group number 3, you guys aren't meant to fit into a group, but you're meant to be the leader of a group. You're meant to be the leader of a clan or a pack or a community in some way, shape, or form. But you can't find that part of yourself until you stop trying to be what other people need to see, or what you think other people need to see. Because when you can become your true authentic self, and when you can communicate from self instead of from fear, you begin to align yourself to the people that you vibrate with. So lead, don't follow. That's like a good, I feel like, motto for you guys through Taurus season, is lead, don't follow. If you find yourself trying to, for instance, if you find yourself trying to research something and you find yourself like trying to find all of the other people who have done that same specific thing, or trying to see how other people have done something before you take action, like that's a good way to become aware of the self and how you may be influenced by other people's work or by other people in general. So there's something here about finding your own style, finding your authentic self, and finding out how to lead instead of trying to fit in. We also have Justice. Wow. Group number 3, 2 major arcanas right out the gate. And Justice here, this is also very much so about like the balance between ourselves and between other people, the balance between how much of ourselves we give versus how much of ourselves we, keep for ourselves, how we communicate, how we interact, how we love other people. So group, this is also Aries and Libra energy, which could potentially be like twin flame energy for some of you guys. Especially with the Gemini and the twins. There's something here. There's some sort of reflection coming in here for group number 3. Wow. So some of you guys may be meeting a twin flame or some sort of soulmate or soul contract person through Taurus season, or they may be coming back into your life in order to balance some old karmic energy, either from this life or past lives. Wow. Interesting. So I feel like for you guys, it's going to be a very transformative season. We also have Venus moving into Aries, and Venus is the ruler of Libra. So you guys may be very heavily impacted by that transit through this season, by Venus's movements, or even by the planetary aspects of the Aries sign. However that resonates for you, but there's definitely something here where there is like people around you that are reflecting certain parts of yourself to you, as well as like this emphasis on how you interact with others. Venus is also the ruler of Taurus, so Taurus Libra energy being very impactful for you through this time. How you base your self-worth, or what you believe you're worthy of, or what you believe you deserve, based off of how other people see you or how other people treat you. Wow. So there is some kind of energy being balanced for you in some way, shape, or form through this time as well. Karmic energy, or for some of you, it could be like balancing like a give and take in relationships. We also have the Devil. temptation. So group number 3, there's something here about how other people influence you to do things that maybe you wouldn't normally do. So Taurus season for you is all about the way other people maybe affect you, all about the way other people influence you. So wow. So wow, group number 3, there's going to be a lot of enlightenment happening here, and it's also going to really help you raise your vibration. The more that you understand how other people influence you, how other people tempt you to do things that cause karmic cycles, that causes restriction, that causes habits that maybe you don't actually want. There's a lot of breaking habits coming up here for group number 3 through Taurus season, breaking free from certain karmic energies for sure. And again, this could be like from past life, like healing from past life energies as well, especially with like this reflection energy coming in here. You guys got 3 major arcanas coming out, so this is going to be a very, very impactful season for you on your vibration, on your spirituality, and on your knowledge, like enlightenment. There's massive like enlightenment of self, how you alter the self to please other people, or how other people maybe tempt you to be something that you're not. Wow. So let's go ahead and clarify these a little bit for you. Whoa. Group number 3. And then we'll get into some oracle messages. So group number 3, we have the Hermit on the Emperor. So again, like going out on your own and allowing yourself to, begin something new with just yourself, and allowing the people that resonate with that to then follow you. So there's definitely something here about starting something new and maybe having to like go it alone for a while, group number 3, when maybe you wanted to go into something already having like a support system, already having customers, already having clients, already having like people that were willing to follow. But group number 3, Taurus season for you, is going to be all about leading the way, even though it may cause you to have to be alone for a while. It may cause you to have to go off on your own and alone and be with yourself for a while. There's an emphasis on that regardless of whether you're trying to start something new or not. There is a huge kind of energy of being alone through this season, allowing yourself to kind of sit with yourself, to venture inward and find who it is that you actually are versus who it is that you pretend to be. We also have the Temperance. Oh my gosh, group number 3. 5 out of 6 major arcana for you. This is huge for you. There is an awakening here for you. This is huge for you. Taurus season is going to be massive for you, massive in regards to your healing journey. With Temperance here, this is again more balance, like balance between the light and the darkness. This is alchemy. This is creating a new life for you. There's major healing and balance coming in here, like karmically, as well as to the self here, to the emotional body, to the self-esteem, to the confidence, to the way you think about yourself. Some of you guys may even be finding some sort of purpose or path that you want to embark on. There's a lot of enlightenment, a lot of understanding, a lot of self-awareness, a lot of self-understanding coming in for you through Taurus season. And it feels very big. It feels very big for group number 3. Some of you guys may be stepping away from certain codependencies or addictions, even healing from addictions or codependencies, which is massive. Which again, things like that could lead you to have to go out on your own and be alone for a while as well, because we tend to find that when we have addictions or codependencies, we're constantly with the same people. We create these habits in this community that's that's kind of led by these habits or these temptations. And then when we decide to separate ourselves from these temptations, from these habits, from these addictions, we realize that the only way that we connected to this group of people or to this person was through the commonality of the addiction or codependency. And sometimes that can make us feel very alone. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Freedom, yes, self-sustainability and independence. Wow, group number 3. Wow, such a powerful season for you. I self-love, self-awareness, self-understanding, finding your higher self, healing. Wow, group number 3 is such a powerful season, coming into this ability to be self-sustainable, coming into this ability to be independent and to not kind of confuse independence and feeling lonely, like not seeing those as the same thing. Interesting. Wow, so such a beautiful kind of healing coming in for you, but it's going to be very impactful, it's going to be very intense, and it's going to be very enlightening. So group number 3, the full moon, lunar eclipse in Scorpio, may be a major turning point for you in your life, a major transformational kind of enlightenment coming in for you through Taurus season. Wow. And it's coming in through the reflection of yourself from everybody around you, I feel. So Taurus season may require some shadow work, you know, it may require you to go within, especially with the Hermit here, to find yourself. There's an essence of finding yourself here and not allowing external factors to influence you or impact you or tempt you to stray away from the self again. So group number, I love this, group number 3, we have heart, home, compassion. There's so much awareness coming in here for you through this season, so much healing and so much like stability within the self, balancing your energies and finding this source of stability from within yourself instead of maybe trying to find it outside of you. And then we also have perfect storm, the courage to step into life. How beautiful is that? Stepping out of codependency, out of addiction, out of this need for somebody to save you potentially, out of this need for somebody to rescue you. A lot of you guys here may really have this kind of this need for somebody to lift you up, this need for somebody to rescue you, if you will. And you're releasing that through this season and learning how to claim the self, learning how to find your own power instead of needing somebody to empower you in whatever way you may find yourself seeking that, okay? That's just awesome. Let's go ahead and pull one more of these here. Group number 3. We have the benefactor, grace and generosity. So I do feel for you guys that there is some sort of like reciprocation coming in here in some way, shape, or form. There's also an emphasis here on the way you face certain obstacles that you will be kind of faced with throughout the season. Keeping your composure, and not allowing temptation, again, not allowing temptation to grab a hold of you through the season is a big message for somebody here. Learning when to say no, learning how to, you know, take your power back is going to be huge for you. But there's also something here where like you are receiving with this 9 of Pentacles, with temperance, with justice. There's something here about like receiving some sort of financial gain or somebody gifting you something. So you guys may find that potentially when Venus is transiting into Aries, or Jupiter, when Jupiter moves into Aries potentially as well, maybe you're going to find yourself expanding financially or find yourself receiving some sort of gift. So that's fun. That's something to look forward to for group number 3. Let's go ahead here and pull you one final message. Any last guidance or advice? Anything I may have missed? Anything else Spirit wants you to know about Taurus season? We have The spirit familiar. Seek loving connections and cherished friendships. Group number 3. Seek loving connections and cherish friendships. So really, you guys are getting very clear on your kind of connections, finding out which ones are connections to your codependencies and which ones are actually your support, which ones are your pack, which ones are you leading, and how can you change to lead them in a better way. Wow. So very powerful season for group number 3. Very, very powerful season, but this is what I'm seeing for you guys. If you enjoyed this reading, if it brought you value, if it resonated with you, please hit that like button. Comment down below. Let me know if you chose this pile. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 4. Those of you that chose card number 4 with the flamingo spirit and the blue calcite, this reading is for you. And starting off here for group number 4, we are looking at, what you can expect for Taurus season. And I really feel for you guys that there is some sort of healing of the mental body, but this could be like overcoming some sort of depression or grief or loss, or even healing from some sort of anxiety or an easing of anxiety. So that's very interesting. That is an energy that I'm kind of picking up from this blue calcite. So like an easing of mental kind of energies anyways. And with the flamingo spirit here, this says embrace the in-between. So I feel like for a lot of you guys here that chose pile number 4, there's going to be a lot of active kind of active dream state, active subconscious energy. Some of you guys here, this could be about embracing like the messages that you're receiving in dreams, embracing the subconscious kind of patterns or thoughts in some way, shape, or form that's going to allow you to move forward with ease, or to ease like the way forward so that you're not resisting like yourself in some way, shape, or form. Interesting. And another thing for group number 4, and this could just be like for one specific person here or multiple people, but I feel the need to say it. As I was coming into this reading, shuffling the cards for group number 4 here, all I could think about was like this one sentence, this one statement of I love you with all my heart and soul, and I always will. So some of you guys, there may be some sort of energy here where maybe you lost a loved one, or separated from a loved one in some way, shape, or form, or maybe you're like in between relationships, or maybe you're kind of in some sort of situation where you're on again, off again with somebody, and you're kind of in that in-between state. But there's something here about finding comfort in the love that you share with whomever this is, instead of needing like their physical presence. Interesting. So let's go ahead here, group number 4, and pull a card here to get a little bit more clear on the overall theme or energy of Taurus season for you guys. Okay. So we have here the hero. And group number 4, they're... Okay, so you guys may find yourself in certain positions where you feel the need to rescue other people or save other people, or constantly pull other people out of like the darkness, or to help lift other people up, to help support other people, or to always be that person that somebody can fall back on. And Taurus season is saying like it's time to be your own hero. It's time to save yourself. Some of you guys may be being asked to make some sort of sacrifice, to cut some sort of connection, some sort of string, some sort of energetic cord to something here in order to save yourself. So interesting. Group number 4, you guys are being asked to save yourself, to choose yourself, to choose to be your own hero through this season instead of maybe waiting around for somebody else to come back and be that for you, or waiting for somebody to swoop in and rescue you, or however that may resonate. Some of you guys are being asked to kind of stand up to the plate and be the hero for somebody else. That is something that's coming in here, like not only being the hero for yourself, as I feel that's kind of an umbrella message for everybody that chose this pile, is to choose yourself. Where maybe you find yourself in positions through this season where choosing other people would be harmful to you, there's a need to choose yourself. And I also feel for some of you guys throughout this season, there's going to be certain instances where other people are in great need of your assistance. And you're being asked to kind of reach your hand out to those people. Not the people that are trying to take advantage, not the people that want you to take care of them, not the people that are doing it out of selfishness or out of sabotageal kind of energy, or even out of envy or spite or jealousy or whatever it is. But there's going to be certain people throughout Taurus season that genuinely need a hero, that genuinely need help, that genuinely need somebody to look up to. And sometimes it can be as simple as that, as being that role model for other people. And you guys are being asked to embrace that. Wow, okay. So let's go ahead here, group number 4, and get an astrological energy for you, the astrological influence for you through Taurus season. That's going to be the most impactful, or the most loud, if you will. We have Capricorn energy. This is determined, ambitious, and integrity. So there is like something here about keeping your integrity about you, like doing things for the right reason and making sure that you are staying in like a high vibrational state versus doing things for the wrong reasons, or doing things out of selfishness, or doing things again like out of spite or out of jealousy. There's something here, group number 4, at least for somebody here, where jealousy has driven a lot of the actions maybe that you've taken. And that's being acknowledged here for some reason. Maybe we'll get deeper into that, but that is being acknowledged here for group number 4. And maybe that's just because like that aspect of your life or that particular situation is going to be very loud, or maybe that created some karmic energy, karmic debt, or a karmic cycle that is being presented to you through this time in order to transform it. There's also like the sense of being self-discipline. Finding structure within the self is going to be like a super focal point that group number 4 needs to kind of step into through Taurus season, is finding the motivation and the discipline to structure your reality in a way that brings you to your goals. With this embrace the in-between here, not only is this speaking to me of like dreams and things like that, but also a lot of you guys may be in between like manifestations, or in between jobs, or in between, where you used to be and where you want to be, in between who you used to be and who you want to be. And you're being asked to embrace this. You're being asked to embrace the present moment and really move from self, really move from where you currently are, and take the steps that need to be taken in order to create a new structure, a new foundation. So group number 4, you guys have maybe really, maybe even very recently, went through like some sort of tower moment, some sort of change, some sort of loss, some sort of catastrophe, some sort of chaos, or maybe your life's just been in a bit of chaos or turmoil for a while. But there's like a need to embrace, for some of you guys, this season may be a lot calmer than it has been, but maybe not to a point where you're ready to start building again. And there's a need to kind of embrace this energy wherever you're at in your journey in this aspect. Like there's really a need to embrace where you are, to embrace this transitional period in your life, because I really feel for all of you guys that chose this pile, that you are in a transitional period. You are moving from what you used to want to build. It's almost like you've tore something down, you've tore some sort of structure down in your life, and now you're in between like structures. You're in between who you used to be, who you want to be, what you used to do, and what you want to do. that kind of energy. And you're really being asked to embrace this, to, you know, kind of almost relish in the clearing of your life. Wow. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into some tarot for group number 4 and go a little deeper into what you can expect for Taurus season. Some of you guys are in between, like I said, relationships, in between jobs, in between like cities, in between homes, in between like whatever it is for you. There was something that you had to leave behind, whether this was somebody passing on to the other side, whether this was a relationship, even like a marriage maybe fell apart, or like something fell apart that you had to like really tear down, and now you're in between, and there's a need to embrace this in between, a need to embrace this indefinite future. I feel like really that's what it is. It's like this need to embrace the fact that your future is undefined, that from where you are right now, you can create anything, you can be anything that you want to be. Wow, interesting. So our first card out here, we have the Queen of Wands. Yes, you can create anything, you can be anything that you want to be. Group number 4, you can manifest anything that you want to manifest. You can fill this clearing of your life with anything that you desire. So group number 4, you guys are really being asked to get in touch with like your fire, I feel, with your spirit, with your soul, and what your soul truly desires to create in this time, instead of trying to rush to the next thing. So there is like this energy here for group number 4 to slow down, to you know, really work on creating that self-discipline and that self-motivation and that structure within yourself, really like meticulously working on this in a slow and steady way, versus trying to rush through this in-between period into the next thing. Because there is here for some of you guys this need to know that if you rush into the next relationship to cover up the pain of the last, or if you rush into this next job to cover up the fact that you got fired or whatever it is, like you're going to miss something that's very vital in like your soul evolution. But there's also like this essence of you're going to rush into the wrong thing. You're going to rush into something that you don't actually want, just to cover up something that has already happened. Interesting. And then we have the 9 of Cups. Beautiful. Happiness, joy, fulfillment. Group number 4. You guys are really being asked to embrace where you're at now, because it's almost like, so Spirit is saying in a year from now, or even like Capricorn season for some of you guys, which is the end of December, beginning of January. So maybe the beginning of 2023. Or the end of 2022, your life is going to look completely different, and there's going to be a lot of dreams and a lot of wishes fulfilled. And it's almost like I'm getting this reading in a sense where like I'm looking back on my life and like, wow, I never would have expected that I would have ended up here. I never would have expected that this would have happened. I never would have expected that this is the thing that made me happy. So group number 4, there's like something here. It's almost like your future self coming into this reading saying, you know, if you don't take this time to slow down and get good with yourself, to get good with your spirit, to get good with your soul, then you're not going to know what actually is going to make you happy. You're going to miss it. So that's very interesting. Some of you guys too, there is like this essence of like needing to dream bigger, go bigger. Whatever that means to you. We also have strength. Look at this. We have Leo energy coming in here, a need for courage. And sometimes, you know, courage and the strength is to be still. It takes, I really think for most people, it takes more courage and more bravery and more strength to stay still and to sit with yourself and to find out who you are and to be your own hero than it does to move into that next relationship, to move into that next home, to move into that next job. A lot of you guys here, I feel like you're meant to be recognized for something. You're meant to be in the spotlight, and it's like this transitional period in your life is going to set you on that path in a much more defined way. if you allow this transformation to occur. If you try to outrun this change, outrun this transformation, then you're going to put off like your own, almost like your own recognition, your own your like your own vibrancy. There's something here about like harnessing your vitality as well, like your life force being amplified through this season for you, group number 4. Wow. So this is very interesting energy. This reading is quite different from the rest of them. There's definitely something here about creating structure within yourself, creating new routines, new habits, new lifestyles, learning how to be like self-motivated, self-disciplined, and not needing like other people to tell you when or what you need to do. A lot of you guys here, maybe you've recently left a job or a relationship where kind of that connection was surrounded by having to be somewhere at a certain time, constantly meeting at the same time every, on the same day. Like there's something here where like your routine, the structure of your life in love, relationships, or even in work and career, it was very repetitive, very habitual. And now that you've separated from that, you are like really being asked to work on deconstructing that routine and that structure and building something that works better for you and brings you more happiness. You guys are also being asked to tap into your creativity, to find what inspires you, to find, again, what motivates you, what lights you up. What do you want to be recognized for, group number 4? Wow. So let's pull some clarifiers here, group number 4. We have the 4 of Pentacles coming in on the Queen of Wands. A lot of you guys may tell yourself that you don't have enough time, energy, or resources to work on that thing that you've always wanted to do, or to invest into that creative project, or to invest into learning a new skill in order to go after something that is like your biggest dream. There's something here where you hold yourself back from something that truly inspires you. And if you can embrace this kind of in-between period, you're going to find a way to begin incorporating that inspiration into your life and to begin investing into that instead of kind of disregarding it because it isn't logical or because it isn't easy. So there is like a message here, group number 4, to make a habit of bringing your inspirations, bringing your dreams into your waking reality in some way, shape, or form every single day, bringing it into your awareness. There's something here about being empowered, being recognized. We have the Ace of Cups coming out on top of the 9 of Cups, which I absolutely love. There is a new emotional connection coming in, and this doesn't necessarily mean that it's a new relationship. It could be, for some of you guys, it could be like a new love, a new romantic interest coming in that's going to help lead you to your happiness. And for those of you where it isn't about love or relationships, there is some sort of new emotional connection to this dream, to this passion, and to what is going to make you happy, that is going to help you embrace this motivation. It's going to help you invest into your inspirations. It's going to help you invest into working towards that. So there's like a strong emphasis here on being like in between who you were and who you're meant to be, like on a soul level. And with that, like with the in-between and with this kind of transformational energy and the season and the eclipses and the kind of Scorpio-Taurus axis, there's something here about like your self-worth transforming. But Scorpio energy is all about like the transition. It's all about the change. It's all about something dying in order for it to change form. So there's definitely an emphasis of like loss losing something, separating from something, something changing, some sort of like tower moment happening for you guys. And that is really being acknowledged. And I feel like it's being acknowledged to let you guys know that it happened for a reason. And this reason is to deconstruct your habits, your lifestyle, your routines, to realign you to like where you're meant to be, to realign you to the spotlight in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you guys are meant to be recognized for your creative passions, music, writing. There's just something here about being on stage, being recognized for helping other people through hard times. I feel like whatever kind of creation or creative energy this is that you have consistently put off in your life is something that can truly help influence and help like the collective. You can be other people's heroes through your words, through your actions, through your creations, and you're meant to be group number 4. And you're going to be acknowledging this and almost like embracing this through Taurus season. Wow. And I feel like the biggest part of this, like embracing this for you, is going to be acknowledging that you are worthy, that you do deserve to be happy. We also have here the 10 of Wands. Yeah, so it's going to be a long road, group number, or it already has been, I feel, for group number 4. It's been a long road. It's been a tough road. It's been a lot of work. There's a lot more work ahead of you in order to truly make this dream come true. But it's a different kind of work, and it's a work that's going to light you up. It's a work that you're going to be excited about, that you're going to want to invest in, that you're going to be happy about. There's just like this need to embrace this sense of bravery, this sense of courage to maybe change course or to embark on this journey and, you know, undertake all of this work that it's going to require for some of you guys, to be disciplined enough to incorporate this into your everyday life, to make it happen. But it's almost like once you do, you're going to be releasing a lot of fear of the future and a lot of like desires to change your past. A lot of that's going to be released once you make this decision and embark on this journey of creating your dreams or making your dreams come true. And look at this, the underlying energy of your reading here is the Tower, group number 4, for sure. There's been a deconstruction of some sort that happened, and it's causing you to like reevaluate, to really rebuild your life. But it's like Spirit and your future self is coming in here saying rebuild it in a way that is going to be powerful for you, and not to rebuild it to make it look like the same thing you used to have. Interesting. So let's pull you some oracle messages, group number 4. We have Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. How freaking perfect is that? Rest and renewal. Really get comfortable with being with yourself. Really allow yourself to rest and to recuperate and embrace this in-between time, between, you know, leaving your past behind and creating your future. Allow yourself to rest before you embark on this journey of, you know, hard work and discipline again. Wow. And we have the Wall with obstacles. Yeah. I really feel for you guys that Taurus season is going to be very much so about tearing down some walls, very much so about clearing some obstacles. And I feel for you that a big part of this is going to be by having the bravery and the courage to stay where you're at right now, to allow yourself to be alone, allow yourself to be in the in-between, allow yourself to stay still, allow yourself to nurture yourself, and to, you know, put some time and energy into filling your cup back up. And it's almost like once you stop pushing against this wall, it's going to crumble down itself. Like, take your focus off of trying to push through these barriers and turn your focus towards investing into yourself and learning and growing and expanding internally, and allow the wall to fall down on its own. Wow. We also have here a tidy house, clarity and organization, which is very Very much so. I feel for you guys like there is this true need to really get very clear and organized and like disciplined and motivated and like planning out where you want to go, how you're going to move forward instead of just trying to rush to the next place. Okay, so that's a big energy coming through here for you. Let's go ahead and pull one final message for you, group number 4. There's also something here like if you find yourself stuck inside a place, like in your home, if you feel stuck in your home, if you feel stagnant in your home, stop trying to break your walls down and clear the energy, change the energy, move things around that's within your capability, that's within your grasp, and see how that changes the way that you look at these obstacles. Interesting. So it's like you aren't trapped, group number 4. You aren't trapped. There's something here about like feeling trapped, feeling stuck, feeling like you don't have anywhere to go, and Spirit's saying like the best thing that you can do in this energy is to embrace it and find yourself, you know, if you're going to be stuck in the house, you might as well, you know, clean and tidy up and organize and make it a suitable living condition, make it a productive working condition. Some of you guys are meant to work from your home or to build something out of your home. Interesting. So let's pull you one final message, group number 4 here. One final message from Spirit in regards to Taurus season for you. Okay, there's 2 that want to come out, so I'll take them both. That's fine. Our first one here is hedge guardians, walk widdershins and seek the land under the hill. Interesting. So group number 4, there's like this message here of needing to look at things differently and needing to seek things that like, it's something here about like a new perspective, looking at things differently in order to overcome certain blockages or challenges, like seeing the world differently. Interesting. And we also have the Forest Walker. Keep courage and be gentle. Yeah, which we have here with the Strength as well. Like, stay soft, but be courageous enough to do that. A lot of the times that's the hardest thing to do, is to be vulnerable, to be still, to be gentle. It's very easy to lash out. It's very easy to move away from what makes you uncomfortable. It's very hard to sit in that energy, and I feel like that's really what you're being asked to do. Group number 4 is to sit in this energy until it is no longer uncomfortable, until you can see it differently, until you can see the foundation that you've built your life upon. Wow. So this is what I'm seeing from a beautiful group number 4 and what to expect through Taurus season. So very kind of slowing down and like rest and recuperate kind of energy coming in here for group number 4, restructuring your routine, your lifestyle, your habits, filling up your cup. But this is what I'm seeing for you guys. If you enjoyed this reading, if it brought you value, if it resonated, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. Comment down below. Let me know if you chose this pile. Let me know what other kinds of readings you guys would like to see. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.